Okay, everybody, I don't mean to alarm you, but there's a spider in my apartment. It's right in the corner over there, and I'm about to engage it in mortal combat. Yeah, I don't care if this is overreacting. I don't like spiders.
Well, that was, one strong spider. I guess we can all agree that he asserted his dominance in this house, and it's pretty much his now. Well, I might as well talk about some trash, since I'm in the trash.
Kill everyone now! Condone first-degree murder! Advocate cannibalism! Eat shit!
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Trash Reviews, where I take a look at the trashier side of cinema. Today, we're diving back into the wonderful world of Troma films with Lloyd Kaufman's tribute to independent filmmaking, and that is Terror Firmer.
The perversions must end. Family values must be saved.
No! This is a Troma movie!
If you're a fan of Troma, you get it. Ah, Troma movies. So delightfully sleazy, so beautifully in bad taste. Troma founder Lloyd Kaufman has directed some wonderfully gritty, dirty, raunchy B-movies that you can't help but love because of how much they embrace the sleaze. Terror Firmer is one of my favorite Lloyd Kaufman directed movies. It's not only a tribute to Troma films, but a tribute to no-budget to low-budget independent filmmaking.
We're the torchbearers for independent filmmakers everywhere.
Right, Larry.
Now where are them big-titted women at? Yeah!
The whole thing is a love letter to independent cinema. The movie is about making a low-budget movie, all the chaos involved in making a low-budget movie, all the problems that come with working with little to no resources, just taken to a violent extreme. The movie follows a blind independent filmmaker, essentially making a Troma movie. We follow him and the rest of the cast and crew members as they're trying to make this film. But while that's going on, a serial killer is wandering around set, murdering people in over-the-top fashion.
What are you doing to my leg? Fucking bitch, that's my left leg! Leave that leg alone!
It's important to acknowledge that this movie is going out of its way to be in bad taste. It's trying to offend people, but in a good way. And the reason for that is it's offending everybody. It offends men, women, any gender in between, gay people, straight people, whatever other sexuality you can think of. It is going out of its way to offend every single person out there, and that's the right way to offend people. You shouldn't just signal out one group, you should make fun of every group. And because of how far this movie goes in being raunchy and sleazy, there is a lot that I cannot show on YouTube. Many people get naked here, both men and women, so I'll try to show what I can. We get a taste of what kind of sick humor this movie is going to dish out right in the opening. Seriously, this movie shows you right away that it's going to be messed up. And it's going to have a sense of humor in how it's going to be messed up. I would describe Terra Firma as if John Waters' earlier movies, like Multiple Maniacs, Pink Flamingos, Female Trouble, actually had a decent-sized budget. Still small, but decent. There's quite a bit of shit and puke-related material, a lot of unashamed nudity, as I said before, and some crazy dialogue. And there are quite a few moments where people give these long, loud, rambly monologues that are goofy and over the top.
I draw the line at ball crunching. I quit. I fucking quit. The texture is out of here, and I'm taking my equipment with me. Sayonara, suckwad!
There is so much going on in this movie. Stuff happening in the background, stuff happening in the foreground, crazy, cartoony, over-the-top deaths, tits and ass and balls flopping all over the place at certain moments. It truly is a chaotic film, but a controlled chaos in a way. The chaos is the point of this movie. It's meant to show the chaos and difficulties of making an independent movie, especially one with a low budget. Exaggerated to the extreme, but all this lunacy is the point. Lloyd Kaufman took inspiration from this movie from his own book, All I Need to Know About Filmmaking I Learned from the Toxic Avenger, which is fitting because they're making a Toxic Avenger movie in this movie.
These revisions, it's absolutely ridiculous.
I'm sorry, what?
We change the script every day. It completely changes everything.
Yes, you can do whatever you want to. It's this chaos from which the best shit emerges, Casey.
It truly is a love letter to low-budget filmmaking, and it does poke at the people who look down on low-budget filmmaking. There's this one character, Casey, who in any other movie would be the handsome male lead of the film, but he's a guy who likes to praise big-budget Hollywood movies, which there's nothing wrong with that, but he does tend to trash-talk low-budget movies. He's one of those people who says that if you don't have enough money to make a movie, then you should not make a movie. Which, yeah, I completely disagree with.
You have to give him a little leeway. It doesn't look like he had that big of a budget.
Well, if you don't have the money, then gee whiz, don't make the movie.
He's one of those people who refuses to acknowledge the innovation of independent filmmaking. One of those people who refuses to acknowledge that a lot of original ideas come from independent filmmaking. And yes, while he does come across as the charming lead at the beginning of the film, as the movie goes on, he becomes less and less charming, which causes us to gravitate more towards the degenerate weirdos of this film. And yeah, the degenerate weirdos are who we're supposed to be rooting for. They're the outcasts who make original films. I know that sounds incredibly pretentious of me to say, and I promise I do not mean to sound pretentious. I don't really like trashing mainstream movies. There's a lot of good stuff out there. I just get aggravated when people look down on low to no budget filmmaking because they are pioneers in filmmaking trying to make original ideas with fewer resources.
Terra Firma is going to have more bullet hits than any movie in film history, except perhaps Sam Peckinpah's Wild Punch. But we're going to have exploding breasts, and that's far more historically significant.
I don't know if Terra Firma is the best Troma film, but it is the best representation of a Troma film. It's not going to be a movie that everyone likes, and that's the case with every Troma movie. They're not for everybody. But sometimes having something that's not for everybody and having something that not everybody likes, in a way, makes it more special. Lloyd Kaufman and many Troma movies take chances. They take risks with fewer resources.
How can you like this offensive garbage anyway?
Because it is offensive. Look, sometimes pissing people off is the only way to get them to look at shit. See, even Mad Cowboy agrees.
So do I. Benjamin was the first director to deal honestly with AIDS way back in '85.
Right.
They're not trying to appeal to everybody. They're trying to appeal to people who like these kinds of movies. You see it all the time nowadays. Movies are trying to please everybody. And the case is, when you try to please everybody, you end up pleasing nobody. I have a lot of respect for terror firmer and Troma films in general. They stand up for independent cinema with shit jokes, tits, and a lot of blood. Thank you all for joining me in another episode of Trash Reviews. I hope you're continuing to enjoy this weird little series that tributes to trashy, sleazy movies, and if you'd like to continue to support me being a weirdo, please comment and subscribe to help out this channel. I hope you're all having a good day, or at least a better day than I am right now, and when I get out of here, I'm gonna have to deal with this spider. What would you recommend? Should I just move out, or should I set my house on fire?